Hello, viewers. This is Sentai from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my typical The Secret Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to break your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, it's your under 18. This audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out of the way, let's get to this episode of Zenkaiger. So basically, this episode starts off like this. We see Maggie with a bunch of kids, 3 kids, two of them being humans, one being a thyroid. So basically, Maggie has these 3 kids, with 2 being human, 1 being a thyroid, was telling Maggie about a old haunted school that might have ghosts. So basically, it turns out that Maggie and these 3 kids have started their own, ghost encounter club. So basically, they want to look for ghosts, look for paranormal, to look for ghosts and shit like that. So basically, Maggie and these kids, started their own ghost, looking for ghost club. So anyway, Maggie and the kids were all at the shop. Everybody was. So basically, everybody was like, everybody was there, kind of was hyped and whatnot. So basically, so basically, Maggie and the kids were going to go to the school and go look for this ghost that they heard about, and Kaido and Boom tag along and leaving Gown, Juan and Ling Gao and Yuan at the shop. So basically, Kaido, Maggie, and Boom and the kids went to go investigate the ghost at this old school, while Yuan and Gao was left behind at the shop to look at Kaido's grandma's shop, and Julian was like, how can they believe that ghosts are real? And that's when Kaido's grandma popped out of nowhere and kind of with a creepy, scary look, and scared Julian. There's a lot of supernatural things in this world. Ghosts, including ghosts. So basically, a lot of people believe in the supernatural. So basically, there are things that cannot be explained. She said that with a creepy look, staring at Yuan and scare him, oh damn, Yuan was scared out of his mind. So meanwhile, we see Zox along with his sister and brothers, just came to shopping, have a big bag from food shopping one day, and all of a sudden we see Frank, Zox's sister, tripped over something. So basically, turns out all people were walking into items that were turned into invisible. So basically, all the people in the area were bumping into invisible objects that somehow got turned invisible. So basically, and Zox figured that he was looking around and he pulled out his gear-liner morpher and shot the monster who was making things invisible, or making things invisible, and also people as well. So basically, Zox morphed up and started to battle the monster, made invisible. Or so basically, he didn't make himself invisible, but because he had the power, he had the power of the visible world and shit like that. So anyway, Maggie So basically, Kaido had got the call from the others that a monster was attacking town, and Maggie was like, oh man, felt disappointed. Like, the kids wanted Maggie to come with them to go to investigate the haunted school with them. So basically, Maggie had to tell the kids that, oh, I have to go fight that monster. I'm sorry, but I'll make it up to you guys. So basically, we go visit the school. We go visit the school, the haunted school next time. So basically, Kylo. Kaido, Maggie, and Boom went to go join the others to fight the bigger monster. But so basically, that's when Gao. So basically, Gao and Julian showed up to help out two Kaiser, but the bigger monster used his power to. So basically, the visible monster uses power to make not only Juan invisible, also and also Zox's sister and brothers were turned invisible as well. So basically, by the time the others showed up, the visible monster was gone. It was gone after he turned Fred, Cutter and Ricky and you went invisible. So basically, once he turned them invisible, the victim took that opportunity to retreat for now. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the bad guys' hideout, we was like, Colonel Bastion and Professor Eisen was like, the vision monsters, the point with the vision monster is to make people and make people and make any people anything invisible to cause a lot of chaos. So basically, King Walker was kind of in a real mood, like was kind of mad that Gene his pet bird Gene was calming him down. So basically, one minute he was pissed, the next one Gene started to talk, Gene managed to calm down King Walker. And King Walker said, "All right, then I'll let you guys, Gene put me in a good mood. So basically, I'm gonna let you guys continue with your plan with the visual monster." So anyway, once King Walker, disappeared, along with Gene, that's the Professor Icon and that's when Professor Icon and Commander Jackson was like, what? Oh, that bird is that bird is one crafty son of a bitch. So basically, they don't like King Walker's bird. So basically, they're saying but one thing that bird is good at is is keep him in a good mood. So basically, Professor Isaac and Colonel Bastion was we need to get rid of Gene. So basically, they're thinking that when the time is right, we're gonna get rid of that bird because they still don't like Gene, the robot bird of their King Walker. So anyway, meanwhile, back at Tyler's grandma's shop, so basically God was spreading So basically, God was spreading that that the visual monster made you invisible. So basically, oh shit, it was kind of hard. A lot of people was like, oh. So basically, the others were trying to help God with his invisibility, whatnot. But that's when Maggie got an idea. So basically, since since Yuan is invisible, maybe he can help him with the kids. Will help him with the kids that so basically, he wanted to use human invisibility to make that haunted school, like to impress the kids, use God's invisibility to impress the kids. That he actually seen the ghost. So basically, that was like he planned to make it out to her friends, those three kids, who wanted to go see the haunted house by doing pretending to be ghosts at the haunted school. So anyway, the next seems like this. So basically, the next time, so I believe it's the next day. The next day, So basically, Julian and Kaido was heading. Maggie got her. While Maggie got the kids together, Julian and Kaido headed to the haunted school. That way he could impress fool the kids that he's a ghost. Because since he's invisible, he could just fool the kids that he's a ghost and whatnot. To press Maggie, ghost club and whatnot. So anyway, a few shenanigans happened on the way to the haunted school and whatnot, and that's when the vision monsters started to attack the city again, and Maggie had no choice but to tell the kids that when they finally got to finally got to the school again, to haunt the school again, Maggie had no choice but to lead the kids again who wanted to explore the haunted school, and Maggie felt bad, cause she felt she didn't want to let these kids again, and that's when she got mad, and her and the rest of the Zenkaiger, showed up to help out Kikai, and she went nuts. So basically, all the Zenkaiger walked up, even though Zuan was invisible, they did this crazy, stupid roll call, and Maggie went nuts. And the Vision Monster made some of the foot soldiers invisible before the other Zenkaiger showed up. The Visible Monster made some of the foot soldiers invisible and used them to attack Kikai. So basically, when the Zenkaigers showed up, Maggie went nuts, and it took out used her magic to take out, to reveal the invisible foot soldiers, and that's when Kaido used the Sunboken Sentai gear and did the Sunboken attack. The Sunboken trio attack, and it took down the invisible foot soldiers, and working together as a team, they took down the invisible monster, and basically, Zuman was not invisible anymore, and that's when, as usual, a giant foot soldier monster, took the chosen gear of the invisible monster, and that giant foot soldier monster became a giant invisible monster. So basically, working with some crazy shenanigans, working together as a team, everybody working together as a team, they managed to take down the giant-sized invisible monster and basically saved the whole city. So anyway, when Mikey headed back to the haunted school, she saw that the kids was just coming out of there, and they told Mikey that sorry we couldn't We thought we couldn't wait for you, but we went into the haunted school. We saw a ghost playing the. We saw a ghost here playing the xylophone in the haunted school and whatnot. So basically, turned out the Julian was still invisible. Who was still invisible after the monster after the giant sized monster made him invisible again. So basically, he decided to use his invisible time to entertain the kids by pretending to be a ghost. So basically, during the giant sized monster made Ewan invisible again. So basically, he used his invisible time to pretend to be a ghost to impress the kids and whatnot. So basically, the kids was like telling Maggie that let's go back into the school and see we can find that ghost again, and Maggie went into school and served it kind of in the others. But as for Zuan, he felt oh, he's not a good thing right here. So basically, turns out a real ghost, that had a skeleton, a ghost that was, making a skeleton move, came out of nowhere and scared the hell out of Zuan. So anyway, while that was going on, meanwhile back at the bad guys headquarters, back at the bad guys headquarters, we see Professor Isaac talking to Stacy that I'm working on a new project. So basically, to return Stacy that I'm working on a new project. So basically, once I'm done, once I'm done with this project, I'll let you know. So for the meantime, you had the freedom to do anything you want until I'm done with my new project, and I'll let you know. So basically, so that's the item with I'm working on a new project, So basically, once I'm done with this new project, I'll let you know. So basically, if you want to do anything, so basically, you could do anything you want. You do anything you want to, until my new project is finished. So anyway, and that's when Stacy started to think about his mother and Carter's grandma, and and started to say to myself, what I really want to do with my life. And this had the episode ended with Stacy, conflicted, what I really want to do with my life, thinking about his mother and and Kyle's grandma. So basically, really thinking to herself what I really want to do with my life, and this had the episode ended. So anyway, this was so basically, this is pretty much like a Halloween episode. But it was a good episode. So basically, we got to see some kids. Hanging out together. But basically, this was a good episode. So basically, this was a good episode. I feel like this should have been out, and this should have been saved for a Halloween episode. But it was a good episode. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Sit Your Michael from School Review. Sign off. 1,